You're traveling through a dark valley on a moonless night and hear a hideous screech. Something large moves in the bushes on the edge of your vision. But since you're playing the human fighter you always wanted to try, your anxiety is heightened by your lack of dark vision. You hear a second screech, followed by some shuffling and the cracking of twigs and small branches. Suddenly, two big bear things run out of the darkness, beaks clacking as they raise their claws to rip out your throat. Maybe you should have slept in a tree like that nice dryad suggested. Ah well, at least they made it quick. Welcome to the Compendium of Monsters entry on Owlbears. Please take a second and make sure you're subscribed to my channel. It helps me out a lot. Owlbears are territorial creatures who have a disputed origin. Some stories say that a demented wizard tried to fuse a giant owl with a bear, and an owlbear was the result of a failed experiment. Some elves claim to have known of owlbears for thousands of years. Some fae insist that owlbears have existed across time in the Feywild. Owlbears are a challenge level 3 monstrosity with an armor class of 13. They have 59 average hit points and a speed of 40 feet. Owlbears have 60 feet of dark vision and the keen sight and smell ability, which allows them to have advantage on perception checks related to sight or smell. Additionally, owlbears have a standard multi-attack where they deal roughly 24 damage per turn. You really don't want to go toe-to-toe with one of these guys if you're below level 6. Owlbears are instinctual animals. They have a deadly ferocity about them that is centered around protecting a specific hunting grounds, their den, or their cubs or mate if they have any. This deadly ferocity also means that owlbears don't give a if you're stronger than they are. You could be a god and they'll still try to maul you. Kids these days. Can a god get any respect around here? The best or worst time to encounter an owlbear is at night, when they're most active. I wonder why an owlbear would be primarily nocturnal. You will definitely hear owlbears before you see them as they like to screech. You get off of my hunting grounds, you darn whippersnappers! You hear me? So how does a creature this murderous and unsubtle manage to survive? Well, owlbears have a variety of uses for different races. Forest elves who live in the treetops encourage owlbears to make dens under the village, giving the elves a brutally effective nighttime security force. Hobgoblins like to make owlbears into instruments of war, which is absolutely typical of those pink-skinned motherfuckers. Giants, namely frost and hill giants, will occasionally take owlbears as pets, seeing as giants can normally overpower owlbears and encourage them to be loyal pets. Surprisingly, owlbears are loyal pets as long as you treat them very well. They don't have qualms about murdering you if you're a so keep that in mind. I personally think owlbears make great companions. They are the right combination of murder, fluffy, and weird. Torin the Paladin is able to summon an owlbear he is named Hissy by the 2nd level Paladin spell, Find Steed. If you're not familiar with it, you can summon one animal, and a large variety of them depending on your DM's approval, to your side that can be one of 3 types: Celestial, Fiend, or Fae. You get to choose. And since you're all so kind to watch these random monster videos I'm making, I want to unveil some new cosmetic appearances for Hissy the Owlbear. You're all familiar with the base version of Hissy. A brown bear half, a purplish top half, and a beigeish for the owl face. You can imagine my disappointment when changing an owlbear's type from monstrosity to celestial, fiend, or fae didn't change its appearance. Turns out changing the type only affects weaknesses or the summon's ability to interact with certain spells. Anyways, starting with the new fae owlbear, I think a creature of the fae should take on the qualities of the Feywild. Lots of green to represent the wild, untamed lands, and a little yellow for the life-giving sun. It's also never a bad idea to have a companion that blends in with the local populace. The next one is my personal favorite, the celestial owlbear. When you tell me something that isn't an angel is a celestial, this is always what I see in my head, no matter the monster. I get Dungeons & Dragons is a very different universe, but Hissy looks amazing. Last, but certainly not least, the fiend owlbear. Born in the fires of the 9 hells, this fiendish friend strikes terror into the hearts of the unaware with its fiery, glowing body as it charges into battle, tearing foes limb from limb. How do you all feel about owlbears as a whole? What do you think about Hissy's new appearances? Whether your reaction is good, bad, or indifferent, let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop me a like on this video. I'll see you all next time.